Hello guys, morning, and this is our revision class, not revision class, right? But I want to go through again how the JavaScript code work, right? So we will take a couple of examples, and also we're gonna understand the new topic today called hoisting. Okay, what is hoisting in JavaScript? Okay, so for that I just have to create some simple example, right? Let's do that one. I mean, we can just take. We have a script here. Yeah, index page, right? Script one. Let's create a script two, right? Script script 2.js, and I'm just gonna connect to index page. Okay, so script two, yeah, and we run our index page, right now there is no code in this script two. Okay, there is nothing, right? But let's run this one. Now if I have to ask you, right, what is the shortest program, right, in JavaScript? Shortest program. Okay, what is that? So let's check now. Go to the console, right? When the browser load, okay, and you type window, right? Window. Even there is no code in our program, okay, the browser's engine give us something called window, right? And you can take this as a memory, or you can call it like the object of the whole program, right? Like everything JavaScript has, all the functionality are added here, okay, is loaded with your browser, right? So that's why we have access to all these things from the window. Okay, so now there is something called this keyword, right? So in global level, okay, what is global and local we can understand just now, but this keyword is what in the globally, this refer to the window. Okay, so always, right, window is an object. Window is what? Object. And it has all the functionality or method, right, which JavaScript engine provide us, okay, to be used, right, in our program. Basically you can call the window the memory of the code, right? The whole just say the whole functionality, right, or memory of for JavaScript engine is come with the browser. Means once the browser is online, you're going to see that. And that's why you can get anything, if I say document, right? Document, see, there is something called document. So what is document now? Document is a function, right? See? If I click on document, see that it get highlighted, means this is our document, right? All this is document. Our index page is a document, right? Okay, so that was the shortest program. Whose mic is on? Okay, so that was the shortest program, window, right? Window is our shortest program. Next we will create some simple examples. So let's do that one. In script 2, I'll say let x equal to 1, right? And I'll just create a function. Okay, function. Let's also remember I told you yesterday that we're going to talk about variable var, right? So let's keep it var, and the difference between let, var, and const we're going to talk again. So a, and let okay, y equal to 10, console.log y. Okay, and then we have again we have the same thing here, right? Make it 100, console log y. Okay, and then we have let's call it a function, b function. This is a b, right? This is a b. Okay, this is a b, and then console.log what? Console.log x, right? X on the top. So we have x, a, and b, right? So what's gonna happen now? If I run this code, what's gonna happen? Tell me. So this is a, variable a, function a, function b, a, b, and console log x, right? So here we executing the code. Okay, So let's run this code and see, right? Exactly, see what it prints now. A, B, and X. So you get, first is what? A, right? The first line of code executing is A, okay? So you get 10, because when this function execute, it will jump to the function definition here. It will create a memory Y equal to 10, and then you console log Y. That is the memory, right? Okay, and same thing after that B. When B execute, it will jump to this function definition. It will create a memory called Y, and then console log Y, right? And that is 100, okay? And then it will go here, console log X. So X will be from here, right? So what is local memory and what is global memory, okay? So just remember, anything, right? Any variable, like in this case X, which is outside of function, so A is a function, okay? So this variable is outside of function. So something outside of function is called global variable, okay? And Y here, right? Y equal to 10 is local to this A function, and Y equal to 100 is local to this B function, okay? You cannot access Y to here, to A, right? This Y you cannot access to A. I mean, it has a Y also, right? But it has a value called 10. Here is at 100, but they are only local to the each function, okay? That is called local memory, and this is called global memory, okay? But function A and function B are also global, right? They are in the global. So just remember, if something is outside of function, right, that is global, and something is inside of function, so this is inside of function, that is called local, okay? And which is outside is global. So if somebody asks you what is global memory, anything outside of function is global memory. Now, you know how this code will run, right? How this code will run in the JavaScript. So if, right, I have to, you know, if I have to create in the paintbrush and explain it. Also, right, one more thing, okay? Let's say if I put this here on the top. See, if I put it on the top, right, what's gonna happen? If I put it here, right, and run the code again. So we are executing the code, right, even before it is assigned the value, right? Remember in JavaScript what happened? There is a memory created first and then the code execute. So when the code execute here, see, these are the function, right? Still in other programming language it will be error, okay? But in JavaScript, no problem, right? Let me comment this out and run this again. See, it print 10, it print 100, but in case of variable we get undefined, right? Undefined. Here we get undefined. Why? Because until this line the value is not assigned to the variable. Remember, there is two parts: memory creation and the code execution. The memory is created first, right? And now is code executing A, B, and then console log X, okay? Then it will jump here, okay? So that's how it works, right? So let's do the drawing and then we're gonna check, okay? So I want to bring my writing pad. So see if this will work. So what is hoisting, right? This is called hoisting, okay? Because of hoisting, there is term called hoisting, right? Because of hoisting behavior, right? You have access to the functions and variables even before it is initialized. Initialized means the value added to it, right? Okay? You have access to the functions and variables even before there is a value added to it. So that is called hoisting, okay? If somebody asks what is hoisting, so we can access the function even before the value is added to it. So that is a hoisting, okay? The term is hoisting. So remember that, you know, sometimes maybe, you know, Hoisting. So we access to these functions and the variables, but here, here we get the whole function and console log, right? But in this case we just get undefined. Why? That is what we're going to figure out. So just give me a second. So I make a copy of this. I'll just add here, right, for now. Okay, just look at that, and I will just draw something. So I want my drawing pen. Okay, so let's what happened that when the function runs, when this code run, remember the first step, what gonna happen? Step one. Oh, sorry. Step one will be what? It gonna create memory, right? It gonna first, when this code run, the first step is memory creation, okay? And second is code execution, right? Execution. So there is a question, right? Something called what happened when the JavaScript code runs. So what is the question? What happens, right, when JS code run? Okay. So we have what? We have this code, right? All this code in the JavaScript, it runs. So it will create what? The execution context, okay? What it will do? It will create execution context. Okay. So the first one is global execution context. Global execution context. Okay. So just imagine the global execution context is the memory box, right? Like this. This is a box. Just imagine that. It is a box, right? Okay. It has two parts now, right? The first one is memory creation. Memory creation, or we can call it a variable environment, right? This is also called variable environment. variable, variable environment. And second phase is code execution, right? Code execution, okay? So this is also called thread of execution. Thread, right? Thread of execution. Okay. So now this what happened? Let's create a memory first, right? So what is the memory we have? So in JavaScript engine, it will scan the whole page, right? And it will try to grab all the variables. So here is a variable, and function also. Here is function and here is function. Right now the code is not executing, it's just looking for a variable. So let x colon, right? And it will assign undefined, okay? Undefined. And then there is a variable a. So in case of, in the function, right? In case of function, it's gonna have the whole function definition. Everything is there. And b also, right? The whole function is here, okay? Just put it like that. The whole function is, like starting from this curly bracket to here, right? The definition of the function is added to the memory in case of function, okay? But only when the function is defined like this, the function statement. This is what? Function statement. Function statement, right? But remember, when we have function with variable name, right? Const, let's say add, right? Equal to maybe function like this, and here a return. So in this case, this add is a variable, same like a variable, okay? So we will look at that also. But remember, the memory is created. Now the code start running, okay? So code start running from the top here. That's the first line of code, right? A. So a will be called here, right? That a function will be execute. So that is what? Function execution. So it will create a function execution box now. Every function execution, it creates the memory and the code, right? So memory and code, okay? So remember this global execution. Also, let's look at the call stack, right? Call stack. So this is our call stack. So now this will be go inside here, right? So I will say global execution context. I put it on the bottom here. Okay. Remember, you're gonna see anonymous, right? The name called anonymous, something like that, right? In the call stack on the bottom. Okay. So that is a global execution context. Now, so a function running, right? This is a function. So let's see, a has what? Okay, there is no parameter. Means a will execute. It will jump here in this line. No parameter. Okay, let y equal to, so it will create y memory colon, and then that's it. Nothing, right? There is no anything. So now the code run in the function a. So right now this function is running. Okay, so this is pushed here. Let's say this is pushed in the call stack already. This is running now. So in the y, what gonna happen now? In the y we have 10, right? So 10 is added now to the, because code execute, the first one is here, 10 in the memory. Okay, then console log y, right? Console log y. So here is console log y will do. So let's create this console log. Okay, and that console log y will be 10. Now this one, this is done. So once this finished, it will be out, it will pop out, right? Pop out of the call stack. Now the b, right? B execute. So b will be added to the memory, to the call stack. So in the b there will be again the function execution context. Okay, so there is memory and code execute, right? So what is the memory in b? Y. Okay, so y will be first undefined, and then when the code run, it will assign 100 to y in the memory. Now there is console log y. So it will print console log, right? Y, it will print 100 in the console. Okay, that is added here. So once this is done, right, it will be out of the memory. B will be out of the memory. Okay, this is out, right? Now we have console log x. So it's in the global, right? Console log, but it will look for the console log x now. So it will just look x value somewhere in the global here. Okay, so remember, until now there is undefined. See that we are in this line, right? Until now is undefined, so it will print undefined. Okay, and now it will go where? Here. So the code running here, x now is what? X, let's say x equal to 1, right? So 1 will be added now. Okay, and this function is already in the memory. This is already in the memory. Nothing happened, right? And our code is finished, and it will, this global execution context will be out of call stack. Okay, and that's how the whole process work, right? So I will show you now in the, just look at this code, and I'm going to show you now in the browser the steps we just learned. So go to the source and script to. So I will just pause here, right? Pause here. This 3 places. Okay, and maybe, yeah, let's pause it here and pause it here. Okay, and let's run this now, right? Run the code. So look inside the call stack. Okay, see that anonymous here, anonymous? That's the global execution context. Okay, global execution context. Now the memory is already created. Memory is already created, right? So it should have a, b, and x in the memory. Remember, we had x, a, and b. See that? So let's find out, right? Go to the global in the memory. So see, there is a function a, function b, and x should be somewhere here, right? So let x, you're gonna find x here, you know, x here. See, undefined. Look at undefined, right? See that? So it's already in the window, already in the memory, right? Okay, so now the code, right, will execute. So let's look at the call stack, and our code run. See, until now the code has not run in the global execution. That's the first function a, right, is going to execute. So this function will create what? Function execution context, and that will be added to the call stack. So function has to go in the call stack now. So see the function a moved to the call stack. Look at that. Line 10. Our control is in line 10 now. Look at that. Okay. So you see the local, something called local there. Local. And local has y equal to 10. Because y equal to 10. Because I did not stop in y, right? So it just already assigned the value 10 to the y. Look at that. And now console log y means y is 10. From local memory, you're gonna print 10 to the console. So when I run again, it's almost done. I believe you have 10 here in the console. Okay, and that is finished, right? So let's click again. Now execution happens for the b function. So if I click again, this b will be pushed to the call stack. So let's do that one. Call stack, the b added to the call stack, because function must create function execution context. That is all about creating the box, creating the memory, and running the code. So memory y is created, see, in the local memory. Local y now is 100. Okay, so that's the reason, because the code runs one by one, top to bottom, right? That's why here, if the y, you cannot access 100 to any other place. Okay, if that is inside one of the function, you cannot access, because this will be gone. You know, when the function is finished, it will be no more there, right? No more in the memories. That's why you cannot access that. But only the function, right? Like inside the function console.log y can access that y. So if I click again, so see, you print the 100 now in the memory, in the console. Yeah. And let's run again. So that is out of the console. Now we have console, sorry, in the call stack. Now we have console log x. X is undefined, see? Because x will get only one after this line, okay? Because our code is executing top to bottom, okay? We finished one, line 2, line 3, line 4. So let's run now. And now finally we reach to x equal to 1. So if I click now, right, but that will finish. Okay, so let's go to the global and check, because until now it's not assigned. Okay, because still the cursor is here, right? So if you go to the x, see, until now is undefined. Okay, so when I click, it will be gone. You know, it's gone, right, already. So let's see if there is still x. See, x equal to 1 now. See that? And the finally end of the code, right? There is no more code running now. Yeah, so it's jump to top, and yeah, so let's close this out, because it will just move me to the other this file somewhere, right? If I click again, but normally what happens, this will be out of the call stack now. This anonymous will be out of the call stack, because I have some issue with my browser, right? It will just take me to some other places in JavaScript. Okay, but after that it should be out of call stack now, and that's the end of the program. So yeah, so we understand how the function work, right? And all that in JavaScript. And what is hoisting? Hoisting means when you have a function like this with a function statement, you have access even before it is defined, right? But why? Because the memory is already created. It's already in the memory. Okay, you saw that earlier, right? See, A and B are already in the memory. That's why when the code run, this A, even you put anywhere, right, you have access to this function. Okay, either you run here on the bottom or top, wherever, because it's already in the memory, you know. So we don't have to worry about, you know, you have access to that function. If something is already in the memory, you can access anywhere, right? But it must be there because it is in the global, right? This global memory, that means it is accessible to everywhere. Global execution context is there. Okay, all right, so that is the, you know, we look at again. So let's go back now, right? We're gonna do our loops for today. So what is loops, right? I will explain it quickly. So you need to repeat something, okay? You need to repeat, right? So let's say this is a hello, console log hello, yes, very simple. And then here is a code, right? Console log code and then goodbye. The loop means what? For loop, right? Loop means do something over and over and over, right? So here is the code for that loop. So it will print code, right? How many times? 5 times. And how that gonna happen, I will explain now, just now. So let me clean this up. So I'm gonna copy that code, right, and bring it here. Just look at this code, simple code, right? And I will write down now somewhere here. So see, first the memory will be created, right? But there is nothing to create memory, okay? Right now we don't have anything, right? The for is a function. For is also a function, right? And it is executing. It's just executing, right? When that execute, the code inside this code will run, okay? So now let's remember what gonna happen. Let's say this is a console, right? Okay, so you have hello, you're gonna print hello. The code is executing. Remember the memory created, but there is nothing to create memory. So now next phase is code execute. So it will execute this code. Now we get here for let I equal to 0, I is less than 5. So now when this function for execute, right, it's gonna create the memory box. So when function execute, what happen? It will just imagine it creates the memory box like this, and memory and code execute. So there is I, right, equal to 0, and then that's it, nothing else, right? So it will check now. Look at here, I equal to 0, I is less than 5, right? So code is executing, okay? This code execute. So normally in for loop, what gonna happen, right? This condition you have to check. I is less than 5, right? I is 0 right now, that is true. So let's say that is true. So when this is true condition, the code inside this block, right, will run. So it will print console log code, okay? So it will print code. So let's make I, right, I is 0. Right now I is 0. Now the code run one time. Next line is this line, I plus plus. So I plus plus is what? I equal to I, that is 1, that is 0 plus 1. Okay, so that will be how much? This is I, right? So will be I equal to 1. So now here will be 1 added in the memory. Okay, so now what I said, loop will repeat until this condition is true. So 1 is less than 5, true. Then it will go inside the block here and it print code. So that is second time, right? Now I plus plus happen. So I is what? 1 plus 1, that will be 2. So now it will be 2 here in the memory. Okay, now it will check again. 2 is less than 5, yes. Then it will print this code. Okay, now I plus plus, as long as this is true, right, it will be keep repeating. Okay, I plus plus. So I plus plus, now I equal to 2, because I is 2 right now, plus 1, that is 3. So now I equal to 3. Okay, it will be removed with 3. Now we check that it will check now, right? 3 is less than 5, yes, yes. So it will print code now, right? Code. Okay, now I plus plus again happen, right? So I equal to 3 plus 1, that is 4, right? So let's put I equal to 4. Okay, this is I. So 4 is less than 5, yes. Then it will print code, right? Code. Okay, so now I plus plus happen again, because it until now it was true. So I equal to 4 plus 1, that is 5, right? So it will be added 5 in the memory. Okay, I equal to 5. Now 5, I is 5 less than 5, that is false. Once it hit false, right, then the code for loop stop. Okay, the for loop will stop. For loop gonna it will stop. Okay, and then it will go here. Now next line, goodbye, and it will print goodbye. So see, that's how the code works. Once you enter the loop, right, it will repeat the process until it is done, until this condition is false. Okay, so you always gonna have for loop, like for always, right, let variable I equal to something like 1 or 0, whatever. This is called initial value, right? Initial, the first value, initial value. Okay, and then semicolon, that is one statement. And then I will compare. Now I will do the test. I is less than whatever, right? Let's say 10 maybe. Okay, that is second one. Second, this is initial value, the condition here, and the increase or decrease here, right? So I plus plus, see, and then you're gonna have a bracket. So this is like this for, right? This is a function. See that for is a function, and you add 3 parameter. This one first, second, and third parameter. Okay, that's how you do, right? And as long as this is true condition, the code inside will run, right? Code here will run. So maybe inside here you have big long code. Okay, too much code, right? That all process will take for every time this I change. Because let's say when I become 11, right, then it will stop, because 11 is less than 10. No, right? This become false and it will stop, and then the next line of code will run. Okay, so that's how the for loop work. Once you are in for loop, it will stay there until it finished the whole process. It repeat. The loop is just for repeat. Okay, so let's do some exercise now, right? Example, let's take this. Yeah, so we'll just go and create some loop. Let's make it A, right? Then we're gonna make B. Then we're gonna make C. Okay, now let's go to the A. This is the first one, snippet dash one. Yes, right? So copy. Okay, so if I run this code, remember now, right, the first phase is memory creation, then code running, right? So let's say this line will run first, then we'll go to the loop. It will complete the cycle until this condition is true, and then after that, goodbye, right? So let's run the code. See, hello, and the code is run 5 times, because the start from 0 until I is 4. Remember? Or did I close that one already? Paint, yeah. But just remember that run 5 times, right? And then it's get here goodbye. Okay, so that's how the loop work. I hope that is, if not clear, I'm gonna explain again tomorrow. But for now, I hope that explanation was good enough. I can show you also in the memory, right? If we go index space, if I just connect this, right? Okay, if we go live view now, inspect this page, okay, and go to the source. Snippet 1, right? and before even any code run, I will make a stop, and then I'm going to stop here also, and I'm going to stop here also, right? So let's stop this also. Okay, so let's run now. So anonymous means what? Global execution created. See that? So now my code, the memory, whatever has to create is done, right? We don't have to worry about anything right now. Okay, so let's look at this console log hello, right? Run that. So until now in the console, you don't see anything. Okay, so when I click this, it printed the hello. See that console hello is printed. Now we get to the loop. Now the loop just create the index. See that that's the function, right? Function executed. Okay, this for loop, right? It creates the index I variable. It is right now undefined, but it will get 0. So I is 0. See that I becomes 0. It compare now. 0 is less than 5, and yes, then it will go inside the console. See, it jumped to the console log, right? And it gonna print code to the console. So now you're gonna see console has a fast code. Look at that. Okay, now we jump again I plus plus. Remember what I said? After printing this, it will go to the increment I plus plus. So now I is 0, it will become 1 now. It become 1. See, I become 1. Now it is comparing 1 is less than 5. Yes, it is true, right? So it will jump to the console log code. See, it go there and it will print code again. So when I click this, you're gonna see second code now. See, second code printed. See that? So similarly, I plus plus. So I will be 2 now. So let's run that. See, I become 2. It will compare. 2 is less than 5. Yes, it's gonna print code. See, it jumped to the code and it's gonna print, right? And the third code is there already. See that? Third. Now I plus plus. So the I will increase by 1. So I should be now 3, right? So run. See, I become 3. Okay. It will compare again. 3 is see, I, that is 3 is less than 5. Yes. So what gonna happen? It will go inside the block and print the code. See, run again and see the answer. The fourth time, right? Printed. I plus plus. Now I will be changed to 4. Look at that. I become 4 now. Okay. The 4 is less than 5. Yes. Then it will go inside the code. It will print code now again. So code is printed already. That is 5 time. Okay. Now I plus plus. So I will be 5 now, right? I become 5. So 5 is less than 5. No, right? It is false. That's why the for loop is done. It will go to the goodbye now. Look at that. It went to the goodbye. There is no more I or anything in the call global, right? It's gone. It will print goodbye and finish. Okay, it's done, right? So it will print goodbye and the code is finished now. Okay. So that's how the for loop work, right? So let's look at the couple of examples and then I will let you guys practice. Okay. So I will create a snippet too. Okay, copy that, put it here. So console log hi. Then after that, when the code run, right, it will print hi. Then the loop will start. Loop start from 3. This is the initial value, right? You can put whatever you want. Okay, as long as it meets the requirement, it's okay. So as long as I is less than equal to 7, I plus plus. So it will do the 3. For 3, it will print this 2. Then it will print for 4. This 2, then 5, this 2, 6, again 7, again when I become 8, then 8 is not equal to 7 or less than, then it will stop and then it will say bye. So let's run that. here. See, so for 3, I mean, it start with high, right? That's the first line. Now it's get to the program and I. That is for 3, index 3. Now index when become 4, it is still print program, because remember, every time when this condition is true, it will go inside and print that. Okay, 4, look at that. And then for 5 also, right? 5, 6, 7, because until I is 7, 7 is equal to 7 true, right? It will print. When I become 8, it will stop. And then finally we have by. Simple, right? So you understand now how loop work. Okay, I hope so. If not, I will explain it again. If not, I will explain again, right? If not, I will explain again, but I hope you will understand one time so I don't have to worry. Okay, let's do it again. One more. And copy this. So look at here. That's the function foo. This is expression, okay? So the variable foo is created. Then this function will assign, when the code run, right? This function will be assigned there. This is just function, okay? So now let's execute, right? This variable created, function assign, and done. Whatever code here will not run right now because it's inside the function. You must run this function to in order to run this code. Okay, so let's begin. Console log begin. That is the first line of code. When it is a code execute, right? Then you call the foo. Okay, when foo is called, it will go inside. Oh, there is a for loop now. So this has to complete. The number is 10. As long as 10 is greater than 0 and you are minusing by twice, right? So number 10, this will be reduced. First time will be 8, means second time 8, 6, 4, 2, and 0, right? So as long as this number is greater than 0, it will keep printing console log norm. So when that is finished, and then it will go end, and then you call the foo again. When you call the foo again, this function will run, the loop will run and do the same thing, right? So let's run this. So begin and start. See that 10 is greater than 0? Yes. So print the console log norm, that is 10. And then 10 minus 2 will be, now norm become 8, right? 8 is greater than 0? Yes. Print the 8. And 8 minus 2 will be 6. So norm becomes 6. It will compare. 6 is greater than 0? Yes. Print the 6. And then 6 minus 2 will be 4. So num become 4. Again compare. 4 is greater than 0? Yes. Then print the 4. And then 4 minus 2 will be 2. So num become 2. Then 2 is greater than 0? Yes. Then print the 2. And 2 minus 2 will be num 0, right? This will be 0. So 0 is greater than 0? No, it will stop. See? You have 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2, right? And then end. That is end. Now after end, you have again function foo call. So you get 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 again. See? So that was easy part. Okay. Just have to understand. Okay. Just pay attention and see how this loop work, right? Loop is little crazy to understand in the beginning, but I hope it will be not that difficult. So even here, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's take these two example also. So let's go back. So snippet 4, copy that. So this is the word, variable word with string street. Now let I equal to 0. I is less than word dot length. Okay, so you can find the length of the string by calling the variable dot length. So this will give you the number, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The length is 6. So this is basically what? It's like a 6, like that. Okay. So I, that is 0, is less than 6. Yes. then it will print I and the word I. So remember, you know now, right? Word I means I is 0. So you're gonna get first character S printed. So now I plus plus, so I become 1. 1 is less than 6, yes. So similarly, it will repeat the process and it will print all the index and the character one by one until the last. Okay. So that is all about this code, right? Run this. So see, 0 index you print S, 1 index you print 2 T, right? Index 2 R, so index 2 R, 3 E, 4 E, 5 T. Okay, and that's it. When I becomes 6, it will stop because word dot length is always greater than index. So you know, when I becomes 6, they are same, so it will stop. The condition will be false. Okay. All right, so you guys can try this one. I will just solve count up. I'll just solve this one, 1 to 4, right? So if I have to print 1 to 4, how am I gonna do now? So let's try this. 1 to 4, right? 1 to 4. So I will copy the code. Okay, it's saying what? Write a function 1 to 4 that prints all whole number from 1 to 4. So okay, so I will just write a function, call it 1 to 4, and you know the function need to print from 1 to 4. Oh, repeating the process, I will write a for loop. So I will start from, let's start from because I need to print 1, right? So I will say let I equal to 1. Okay, and I is less than equal to 4 because I need to 4 also, I need 4 also, so I will say make equal to, and then I plus plus. Okay, and then console log, print now I, right? So I is 1, it will print 1 because I is less than 4. Yes. When I become 2, print. When I become 3, it will print. When I become 4, 4 is equal to 4. Yes. Less than, or not less than, but it is equal to, is still true, right? It will print 4. I become 5 now. I plus plus, it will make 5. 5 is equal to 4. No, it will stop. Okay. And that's how I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this function is executed here. Let's run this. See that? Simple, right? Okay. So mean to max, right? Mean to max. Okay, let's take this one, mean to max. So see, write a function mean to max. It has two parameters, mean and max, that accepts two number as arguments. This number as an argument. The function should print all number from mean to max, inclusive. So start from 5 and go until 9. So let's write the function. Function mean to max, and it has two parameters. Let's call this mean and max. And I need to print all the number starting mean and max. So mean is 5 and max is 9. So I need to print 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 like that. Okay. So I need to repeat process. So when I repeat, I'll just do for let I equal to, I need to start from mean, right? Mean. And I is less than equal to, because I need to print max also. So I'll just say equal to max. And I'll just increase by one, right? I plus plus. So when mean is what? I'm putting the 5 here, I equal to 5. And I'll say 5 is less than 9. Yes, I plus plus. Basically, I need to print now console dot log I. Okay. And done, you know, this will be easy, right? So see, you get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for that one. And here is 11 to 13. So will be 11, 12, 13. See? Okay. And here is 20 to 11. But if you mean is 20, right? I equal to 20. 20 is less than equal to 11. No. So it will stop, nothing gonna happen. So that's, so hope the for loop is easy, right? You guys understand all. Need to, we have to, maybe we will gonna repeat tomorrow again for loop, but try to finish ABC and ask me if any question, right? Okay. So thank you very much. I will stop here now.